Okay. Okay. So this is the 300th Vanquish run, consecutive Vanquish run. Hopefully it'll be successful. Uh, I've been doing this a long time now. I don't know when this is going to stop, but I've just decided to record the hundredths of everything for now. I am kind of curious to get to 1,000, which I don't want to commit to because that sounds awful. But because if you go to the selection screen, which you might as well head over, it's it won't fit that many numbers. It's already a little cramped with the 100. So I want to know if it'll shrink the number or if it will exceed the space and look broken. That's what that's why I want to do it. It's a great reason to do something stupid like that. Anyway, I have a job that I am currently supposed to be doing right now. I mean, in a sense, I'm told I work too much and I need to stop. I mean, like my company says, you're working too much and you need to not do that. So I am currently at the moment not taking that order because I guess I'm working too many hours and I get paid hourly and I'm too expensive. So um, I'm taking a break to do this run, but I have a meeting in 45 minutes and I know I'm going to probably just talk through this for so long that I won't finish in 45 minutes, even though that is a perfectly sufficient, if not excessive, amount of time to complete a run in, even with a Vanquish. But I'm also tracking everything I'm doing, and I did that in the 200th, and I've been doing, this is like the 195th or 6th run, which I will have tracked data for, so I have to do that. It takes a little longer. And my goal has been to play as every leader type in the tracking data. I played as every leader type, period, now, which I've learned that I guess there's not really a situation that's all that. I always think like, oh, it's going to be low health, that's going to be harder. The only one that I thought was really messed up was Bebop, but the Shademancer that summons Bebop at the beginning, because then when you're at the true boss and Bebop gets summoned, it's messing with your organization in the rows, and if you have the Frost Jailer still alive, you can't move anybody. So something can get pushed, weird things can happen. It's a dangerous situation. I got through that one. Never want to do it again. It was annoying. But I only have one Snowdweller left and one Shademancer left, and I decided, well, mostly because the Shademancers and the Shademancers and Clunkmasters are all ones I've done before, but also because on the 100th run it was a Clunkmaster, 200th run it was a Shademancer, 300th should be a Snowdweller, which is actually has long been my favorite. Although like the Shademancers, which were my favorite prior to the true boss, to getting to the true boss for the first time, I used to hate the Shademancers for the true boss because it was like, oh, if I don't have overburn, I can't do it. Now I've found like so many different ways to do it. I find it quite easy to play as them, and so I think the Clunkmasters have taken the bottom position, even though I quite like them. And as long as you have a bomb barrel and a companion, you're pretty much going to be able to beat them. It's just like, I feel like you have to kind of plan things out with them a lot more most of the time. There's usually some sort of life issue you have to worry about, but it's all doable. Anyway, this is like, Snowdwellers are just like easy to think about, easy to play as. They have Shellbow, which is my favorite card in the game. But I arguably the best card in the game, because if it's used properly, you can't lose. You don't always have the opportunity to use it properly, but for the most part, get it early enough, duplicate it enough, get a Noomlin charm on it, or a Frenzy charm on it, or, well, not both, that would be stupid. But anyway, there's a lot of things you can do with it. It's wonderful. It's great if you have Tiny Tycho, if he has enough health to get hit by it, because then he gets his frenzy goes up, his defense goes up. It's all good. Anyway, this is the sort of thing that's going to prevent me from finishing in 45 minutes, so I'm probably going to have to do part of it now, have a meeting, and then come back and finish it. So that's what we're going to do, and I have to be very careful that I do not miss what time it's at, because this meeting's actually very important. So as usual, and as everyone has been in the track data, we're starting with Spike. This is probably going to be an easy one. This is not my favorite type of leader to be bringing. I mostly find this leader type to be annoying because it's hard to damage. Just gonna let him hit me because he's damaged. Would have been really helpful if Spike showed up already, but see, I don't want to use the next hand because I want to save the snow for later. But I don't think I have a choice here because I want to give it to the goblin. Just bring the goblin out now. Like to just, I'm gonna need it. So I also, or I think I don't remember all the way back at this point, but I feel like I've gotten the snowmen. I never remember what they're called. And every go of this, which is really annoying because I hate them. So at least here though, and we're gonna have to. I haven't even started to deal with him yet, but you know. That's cool. You're gonna be fine. I mean, obviously this is not a hard level to deal with, so I'm not really worried about it. It's just... I like to put myself in weird positions in this game just to get a few extra bling. Go. Okay, with that. Do this. Oh no, we can't do that. I mean, I can. Well, I should have waited and gotten a combo. Well, we can't win at all. And now again, I am in front of the amount of money I have, so I don't even know. Oh, 59. That's not even good for them. I don't know if it's moving and recording again. I never looked to find out. Okay, so we can't get money anyway. I learned recently that it can be sometimes quite annoying. We're going to go with Pooty here because I don't love either of them. She's just not going to be useful right now. I mean, maybe she will be after we get the next companion, but she's slow. I don't love her. Shelly is like, I don't like this card. I can't just bring myself to waste a companion on her. It seems like just such a bad upgrade. And like, even if I'm wrong, because like sometimes you can end up killing a lot and so like Spike on the penguins, if he gets that, 4 penguins rushing into their tooth-based death situation, he's going to get 12 acorn out of that. That would never happen because you wouldn't have Shelly in the beginning. But if you did, then that would be a situation in where it would be beneficial. But generally speaking, it's kind of hard to, especially because she has a low life, you have to keep her alive and try to benefit from that. So no, I'm going to go with Pooty because that's actually really good for this leader type, since even if the enemy's not damaged, they will be when she hits a second time. Maybe it'll be helpful for whoever's in here. Okay, we got Foxy, Yuki, and Snoffle. So it looks like this is... Well, no, it doesn't look like anything. It's just we got 2 snow people. They're all low health. Foxy is really the most reliable option, so we'll go with Foxy. Especially because he's upgradable. This is going to be actually kind of annoying. Here. What's the other thing I got to approach? Get back up. Okay. So far, I don't love what we have, but it's going to be okay. Nice, Pooty got a little hit in first. I'd feel better about this because he's going to destroy himself and I can just have him do that. See, that's why the doubles. So nice. Let's take care of that problem in advance. It does require this. Not in that much of a hurry. I don't want you going anywhere. The thing I hate is when Puffball gets something that makes him hard to get rid of. Because he's the worst. But usually he's not that hard to get rid of. The Acorn Charm is just cruel. And I need Spike, you know, to be alive so he can get poisoned. That's how that becomes such an enormous problem. Okay, we can't have Foxy taking that, but she can handle it as long as this isn't here. Which is why I was in such a hurry to get rid of it. That kind of almost solves two problems. We don't have anything to block that guy with now, though, so we have to make this a quick experience. I think before we start worrying about them. If I have time here. Oh, whoops. I think the biggest mistake I make in this game lately or in general is that I forget to notice that I'm going to just murder everything. I've also been into a small deck, and here we've got a bunch of options for companions. I like to get the companions as early as possible so I can just build the team out and not worry about it. We're going to go with this today. I feel like wild hogs are in their future, and that is really helpful. But anyway, I like having a small deck. I've gone through big decks, small decks, regular sized decks. I would say if it has more than 15 cards in it, it's too big, and small is almost always better. Okay, I'll take you because you can take a hit, and you're actually quite useful. I recently realized that she is really, really useful in the Woolly Drek because she hits for 12 if they're snowed, and that's just, you know, everything's 12 there, so it's just a really easy way to get rid of a problem. I have no reason to believe I'm going to want to deal with you. Fungun, because I love Fungun. That means we can get rid of that. Right now, I don't have a reason to bring in Wallop, I think, other than Foxy's weak. I should do that, and it's really probably the better idea. But I love Foxy. I can get one charm, or I can get the Pinkberry juice, which if we end up getting Tiny Tycho, that would be helpful. But at this point, I'm not counting on it because we've got 4 companions, and none of them are him. I'd really like the Eternal, though. Regardless. Okay, so a Pinch Charm. It's really actually, honestly, very helpful, and it's a good charm, but I'm never going to decide to put it in. Really, we'd rather bring out Fungun first in most situations. Oh, we need to put this Slug Charm. I can't believe I have let that just sit there. Oh, and okay, I gotta track the Pinch Charm, and also that we got Wallop. And oh, Fungun, I'm like literally looking at him. It's missing for some reason. And so far, oh, I did get a card. We've got one card, and it's the Heartless Station. That solves 2 problems. One, the literal problem it solves of losing health, and 2, it's a clunker I can put in the way of damage, which is generally, you know, good. We don't have people with a lot of life here. So I need Pooty to die right away, so we have to wait for Foxy to come out. It's not my first choice. Exactly. Let's make sure you're damaged so we can get as much in as possible here. very close to that not being a problem. The issue is that I could solve it, except for that guy is going to go and hit somebody for 6, which is a lot. Okay, let's just math this out a little bit. So let's say I hit him with a scrappy sword, and this is going to hit... this one's going to hit, and that one's going to hit for 7, and we're going to have to hit her, obviously. And Foxy's only going to get hit for 1, which is fine. Alright, so that's not ideal, but we're going to give it a go. I hate having to put this much damage on the leader, but she can handle it, and at least she'll get... Oh, I forgot she's going to get 2 back because of the Heartless Station, so that actually helps a lot in this situation. 5 is not that bad. Someone's getting snowed. It's going to be Foxy, and we're going to... That's just faster. We don't really have to worry about these 1 hits. My concern is when the bigger damage comes. Heartless Station ended up being very useful here. So you moved it along. I think I'd have learned to deal with Snoof by now. Once I didn't. Just prioritizing myself. That's not good, but that's not a problem that we can't deal with. I need to get that extra attack on Foxy. Okay, Mr. Worm is gonna go. We have a minute here. I think you need to be down here. So we don't really have a problem. I think having the Lumen is just really a treat. Okay, so we're not getting 1 more chance to get some money out of this, so I guess not a great showing so far, but you know, at least we got a combo and a full board. Sometimes I just get through it too fast and it doesn't work out very well. Okay, so this is great. I would love to have this, but realistically, I think it makes more sense to go with the crown and the sun charm. Because ideally, Foxy is going to be using that sun charm. I like speed. Like, that's kind of my main concern in general. Let's see, how bad's the money situation? 75. So I have enough for 1 crown. So, oh wait, I have to go this way anyway because that's pieces. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I always think I have a choice, and then I don't. I know, like this is the problem I have with the Lumen thing. I think it should be in somewhere where it goes to both paths, because sometimes it puts you in a really weird position. Happy to have that. That's good. I feel like we're gonna have a good run, but it's gonna take like probably 5 battles before it really feels that way. Although I'm glad we have Frenzy with the Spice Mokos. That's helpful. I would have liked Dragon Pepper. Spice Sparklers, though, the nice thing about that showing up is it means that Shelbo's in here somewhere. And I don't think we've... Well, actually, it's possible we missed him. Oh, don't let me choose. Like this, I really need this. You're gonna make me skip a crown? I guess it's okay for now. I hate that. Okay, so if I get this, I have 75, so that will leave me with 55. So I can get a charm, or I can get grabber, which is helpful, or we could up our snow count. It is also very helpful. The Storm Globe's really cheap. I mean, I think in this case, especially because I don't have very many cards, and Foxy's to do that. Made the decision, can't go back now. I hate skipping crowns. It's like almost always the worst, but in the last run, I totally did that. The Like, I really feel like the responsible thing to do here is get Grabber, but I also like that I'm not getting a card if I get a Charm. So we're going to go with that today. Frost Hand. The Charm I love to have when I have the Chuckle Charm. It's super helpful in its own way, but it's just like, it's not that helpful if you need something to make it more helpful. All right. I don't know if I want to commit this to Foxy just yet, but I feel like I kind of should, because it's just going to reduce his count, so it's not... The problem is if we get the Toothy Shades. But you know what? Screw it. It's really helpful here. And if we get the Toothy Shades, we're just going to have to suffer through that. It's probably going to be the last one before the meeting, though, because... Well, maybe we'll do one more after this. So I've got 20 minutes, but I need to, like, spend some of that time in the world of preparing for meetings. Okay, how long do we want to spend on this hand? Because it's not a great hand. And I need to deal with Makoko. I think we need that out because it's gonna matter. I guess we'll just do these two. I just have to be careful because he's gonna hit Makoko before he's gone. Glad this worked out the way it did. I don't know, so you take it. Foxy will kill me, but I don't want her to get screwed up. It's a lot of teeth. So let's bring everybody out. Let's let you benefit from this. Like, these levels are not that hard, but they can get pretty tricky sometimes. Okay, we really need to make sure he's not going anymore for at least the moment. I'm gonna figure out what to do with him. Because this is a tough problem. Nothing, I mean, the answer is basically this. Oh shoot, just screwed up. Did you figure out what it is? At least that wasn't a fatal mistake. That could have been so bad. Okay, him getting hit for 3 once is not a big deal. And the other guy's out of the way. I mean, we made it where we need to make it, basically. Okay, this is actually really good. Because we just need to get through this stuff. That's not great, though. I think we have another hand for free. Oh, now that stupid asshole shows up. Okay. Like this, actually. Whoops. So, still safe. Survive that. I'm okay with this happening. Okay with that. You know, it's like you can't really plan for it too much. So that is a death scenario. I'd rather that didn't happen. If we can help it, we're gonna win in a second anyway, so I don't think it really matters. A little faster than I thought. So, bonus. Not complaining. It's a little like the margins are a little small here on these wins. I would prefer it to be more comfortable. So let's get this treasure, but also how much money do I have? $61. Okay, so we are not going to the Charm Merchant. Let's move myself over here a little bit so we can see that number. I don't know if that actually updated for everybody, all the 0 of you watching this. This would be great for Tiny Tycho, but we don't have Tiny Tycho. Is that, you know, boost? attack and his frenzy. But I'm gonna go with this guy because that makes me feel safe. Is that Shrew Mine? That's what it's called. Yeah. Unfortunately, very similar to Shroominator. I'm glad we got this because we have something to get rid of. Let's get rid of one of these scrappy swords. I don't like to break up a couple. Missing that crown I didn't get. But I need that Molten Dip. We're gonna have to wait a minute. I feel like I'm getting all the stuff for Tiny Tycho, but I missed him somewhere. I don't remember where that was. Okay, so we didn't get the Toothy Shades. This is a hard level, though. So there's that. I'm feeling like it might be better to bring Wallop in for this one. Might as well, like, we're not, I think it's safe to say we're not going to get Tiny Tycho, or if we do, it's going to not be relevant anymore. So I think I want to give this to Pooty if we're going to keep. What are my other options? I mean, she can go up to 5, and that's not good. And up this, you can have an extra poison. Yeah, it's not like, not anything great. I don't think we're going to. I mean, it's really Tiny Tycho. This is who this is for. Oh, I just hate using it early, but I think we need it. I think this level is going to be too hard to finish. And this has got to be my last one before the meeting. Come on. I hate when they do that. It's like the worst one to have the Punch Fist on. I'm going to get Foxy's health up too. Okay, good. Be manageable. I wonder who's going to get that thing. Perfect. I kind of thought it might be, and I'm not sad about that. Because this is kind of her place to shine. Goes without saying. That's where that's headed. It's going to be nice not having to deal with him. And we basically got rid of that guy too. Okay, so this like went really well all of a sudden. That was kind of lucky. It's not all luck. We did plan it, but you know there was a lot more involved luck-wise. And we have them take hits. I don't like the idea of them taking 2 hits, but it'll be for a good cause. That's out of the way now. Oh, we already killed those. But back though, but I think Wallop's had enough hits for today. I guess I didn't need to poison it. Okay, so we just need to not get barraged, which would be pretty easy given Foxy's speed and current attack. That just do. Or I can just not have it happen, that's also fine. I think I just killed the barrage one. This just ended up being a very easy level. Stands true that she is really the answer to this problem. But I kind of want to try to get both of them. I don't know why I'm worried about it. We can absolutely make that happen. She's only gonna hit for 2. And not that it matters if they die on this one, because they'll just be fine. It's, you know, okay, well, we're going to get the rewards first, because then I don't have to have such an abrupt cut. Right. We have 134. We get a treasure. We can get a muncher, which I don't think is really the best way to go. I just don't want to go to the charm merchant and then to the store with this little money, but we're going to have to restrain ourselves. I'm good on, like, I mean, this is, I can afford to get another card. And I really like Hongo's Hammer. So I'm going to do it. Because it's free, and I'm probably going to have to give up on something I really want in here. Okay, this isn't that bad. So I could afford to get one of these. Maybe not that. I can afford that. Punch Fist, not really. But the upside of the Punch Fist not being not in the cards this time is that we don't really have a companion that's good for it. This would be great. I've recently realized that I have not been treating Barrage with the respect it deserves as much. I mean, like, obviously it's a positive thing, but I didn't really realize how much it made a difference until, like, the last two runs. And I thought I had a really bad build, but it wasn't. I'm going to say, as much as I would like to get this, it is possible it could screw me out of getting a crown. So I don't think it's worth it. Like, it's good. It would be very helpful for Foxy to have. But so this, we end up here. How much would that have brought me down to? I forgot. It was like 91. And then minus 16 is 8. Oh, so we would have had the exact correct amount. So that actually would have been okay. Not worth risking it over. And unfortunately, we only have 43, so I can't get a charm. Like, I don't hate that, but I'd rather just save the money. Okay, let's get the crown on to Walla. No, we don't want to. Well, I think we kind of do want to get it on the Walla. Problem is, I want to get it off of Pooty and onto the Molten Dip. We're only going to get one more crown, or not. And we haven't seen Shelbo yet, so this is all sad. Okay, so I'm just going to, like, stop it here, go have my meeting, and then we'll finish this up. All right, my meeting is over. It was one of those important meetings where I didn't have to do anything and just I had to sit there. So I actually probably could have just done this, but there was a possibility that I would have to chime in with a correction or something like that. I was mostly just there as I don't really know, but one of my projects is launching, and I'm not the one doing the training or the, I guess, main support stuff for it. So I'm there in case I need to be. But now I have the rest of the day to finish this, which we do not need. Okay, so let's just see where we're at. I do want to I want Fun Gun back in the run because I like Fun Gun. However, I'd like to improve our position a little bit. This isn't, like, it's not bad what we've got here, but this needs to improve pretty considerably. That being said, like, I think we're okay. If we had to do the true boss with this, it would suck, but we could do it. That being said, this is a good part of the run to be in that position because right afterwards it will change most likely. And we have Truffle, which means lots of bling. Like, if this were Crunker, I'd be a little annoyed. One, because Crunker is horrible and I hate Crunker. It's not that it's like a hard level. In many cases, it's a fairly easy one, but it's just like all of the clunkers that are in there. It's just so annoying. Especially the smackback ones and whatever. It's all, like, you can deal with it. It is not, like, I get it. It's fine. It's really easy to avoid getting hit. I remember when I first got to it, I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. But it's really, like, you can make your way through. But you don't get a lot of money and it sucks. Whereas this one, I think Truffle is actually quite fun. And you can get a lot of money and it doesn't suck. I mean, I guess it sucks if you screw it up. It sucks a little bit that thing has an ice cube on it. It's gonna be dead, so who cares? You know? Get into position, everybody. You know what I want to happen here? Like, on one hand, I want Hootie to get hooted properly, but on the other hand, just let it happen. No. Nope. It's like, this is going to be useful, but not right now. So, I guess we'll just do this. I didn't want to happen. Need to get that asshole up front so Foxy can deal with it. And then I need to start preparing for what's about to happen. It's nice that one thing I like about Shrooties, is that Shrooties the one we just killed? Oh good, thank you. Like sometimes this does suck in some ways, but whatever, we'll deal with it in our own way. Normally he'd have a hard time surviving those hits, but you know, that's where this little miracle of wood comes in. Okay, that should help a little. What we don't want is to hit, you know, the gobbler. Gobbler's a really interesting situation, I think. I forgot it's a 5. Okay, so I want you to kill this. You're do this with, it doesn't really matter which one it's on. Probably would have been better to get rid of the other one. Just seeing as... Okay, so there's no one who can really take this damage, but that's okay. However, we need to get rid of the gobbler. I feel better, don't you? Let's get you up front. I think we are officially in a good place. Let's make this count. Forgetting he has 5. All that coming. Okay, so we need to make sure this is safe for everybody. It's probably the best way to facilitate that. Got to have one. Really sure how that was going to go, but now we're done. See, this is why I like this. Like, it seems like it's a lot harder than it is. I don't need to do anything to do that. Now, what did we get up to? Yeah, we're over 200 now. By quite a good amount. Alright, so this is the other problem we have to deal with. Realized my tracking stuff is not up where it was, but we did get a good outcome. So, like, among all of these, clearly this is the most useful in this situation. There is nothing more important than your health. But ultimately, like I probably said this before in other runs that no one has watched as well, that the leader being below 8 health is a liability, an easy way to lose, because the Frost Lancer of the true boss hits aimlessly for 7, and you better be able to take at least one of those hits, because you're not... There have definitely been runs where I've gotten rid of him before he gets to take a turn, but it's pretty rare that you'll have the firepower to do that. So then we've got this crap, which is like, don't want the wave bell thing. I have 2 bells that lower the wave bell for the enemy, because it's so irrelevant most of the time. Like, it can be a pain in the ass early, like with the acorn people, the shell situation, that the nut factory is what I usually call it. because I can't remember. Those are a little bit difficult. But like, this doesn't help you in the end, and this doesn't help you in the end. So as far as I'm concerned, if you have something, it should help you in the true boss battle. That's like the only thing that you ever really need any help with. The moose I don't like because it slows people down, and slow is not a thing that I'm okay with. However, in a pinch, it might be good for Foxy now that I'm thinking about it, because he has a 2, and I'd like to keep him there. But ultimately, like, there are 2 instances in which it would be okay. One, if we had Punch Fist for Fun Gun, which I think we've, seen at this point, is not going to happen because it showed up already. And while I have seen charms show up twice, I can think of one time that has ever happened in any run. I don't remember. I may not have been paying attention. It may have been possible and I just didn't see it. But like, I think 2 runs ago, or it was in a daily or something, I saw that happen. And I was very surprised because I don't remember ever seeing that before. So it might be good to get the moose just, so Foxy definitely has the power we need at the end as a backup, but I really don't like it in general. Anything that makes someone slower, it's just like, why? Why would you ever do that? The answer is if you can negate that problem, which we can absolutely do. The balance charm I generally prefer to work with in these sorts of situations, and Molten Egg is like, I am not against the Molten Egg because it gets rid of a card, but we're like, this is a pretty small deck right now. So I think I've talked myself into that because we don't have anything great for the Molten Egg, and at least with the Moose Charm, I mean, like, I gotta tell you, I am absolutely shocked that I picked that one. It's like one of that is like a big, I don't want it situation. But we kind of need something for him. I generally don't like to go into these circumstances having put on the charms on that I'm not sure I'm going to want, because it's going to change pretty quickly. And we still only have 2 crowns. Really? How did I miss the other one? Did I forget? Oh my god, I haven't been using it. Okay. It's like, I swear we had 3. We still can't. It still doesn't make sense to put it on there unless we throw Pooty in later. I really prefer to have Pooty in the beginning, especially where we're headed. I don't think the Shade Sculptor, like, this is good. I could use more snow. I don't like to have too many consumes. I think the charm was the way to go. I haven't seen the Chuckle Charm in a while. Like, there's a point where I got it 5 times in a row almost. So it would be nice if it came back. I'd also take the Durian. That would be really great right now. Okay. Well, you're throwing me a bone, I guess. Okay. So, like, I would put that on Foxy. I'm still kind of hesitant to do it, but it definitely means the moose is out. Because, what does the moose do? 4? 3. Okay, so it only does 3. Like, you basically get almost the same thing with no penalty. So I am going to get that on Foxy because we do need to be able to hit harder here. Because we don't have any, like, long-term snow. This is a really, like, I played this a couple times with 0 snow. When I went into this used to make me so uncomfortable. I would be so panicky about it because it was just so easy to get dead from a smackback. But at this point, I do not have anxiety over it. I've tried it with every disadvantage at this point, and it's not that bad. I don't like that guy has 6, though. Let me get the Heart Mist out. I'd rather have that than okay, we got both, so I guess that's no point in talking about it. Oh shoot, we don't have any snow. I just realized that. Uh-oh. I forget. See, this is like why you don't want Foxy. Why you don't want Foxy on this stage, basically. What should we do? Okay, so the reality of it is we're gonna get another turn. What is she? Yeah, you're fine. No one else is gonna go. Pooty's gonna get... Oh no, what if he goes on Foxy? So the question here is, do we remove Foxy so nothing bad happens. We're gonna have to chance it. Like, I probably should have just removed Pooty. Okay, that was... I'm glad that worked out that way, because that would have been real bad. Oh, I forgot he had 6. Okay, so that's actually fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine. Nothing's wrong. All the things that could be not fine are fine now. I had to miss out on a good amount of... I have Virgo first. I don't know if it matters, but either way, I think we'll probably... Oh no, he normally has 18. I was like, that seems like a lot of... It actually doesn't. Foxy, you can handle that easily. Okay, so we don't want you applying that there. Thank you, though, for the offer. Since we're okay, I'm going to say get it on him. Why did I do that? I could have pumped up the poison. Still not... I want that Molten Dip back. Gobbling again? I mean, we have way more money than we actually need. Okay, so she's gonna do 5 damage, so no one's gonna get killed here. So we can be okay with this scenario. But that's like how you deal with not having snow on this level. Like if you have no snow, you have to like whittle down their life enough so that they can't smack back because they're dead. Which is something that I used to tell myself whenever I played this, is you can't smack back if you're dead before I make any moves that I'm like did I miss something? Is it gonna be okay? You can't smack back if you're dead. It's an important thing to remember. I'm gonna put this out here just in case we need it, because I don't want to hit the redraw bell when it literally... And when you have a 1 on the redraw bell, it's a free play, basically. Okay, so he's dead now. I'm gonna let him hit Fun Gun, because, like, what does it matter? We got it! We finally have it! It's not gonna matter. I mean, it might actually matter a little bit in terms of what kind of combo situation we end up with here. The great thing is that Foxy's gonna have wasted hit, whatever. I should have... I don't know what I should have done. This is probably what I should have done. But we're just not gonna get the combo I want. Like, I would have preferred Foxy was down there now that I'm thinking about it, because we could have gotten... No, that would have come out to the same amount. So that's unfortunate, but we have 352 bling, which is more than enough for this situation. Where we got a shop, I got screwed out of it on the last run, and I was not happy about that. Last run, like the last couple of runs were bad in terms of what I got, but I like had no trouble with them. Actually, I think it was just 2 runs ago I thought that. Or I don't remember where I got screwed out of the shop. There have been some bad luck situations. Alright, well that solves Foxy's hit problem. Yeah, what did I tell you? It took this long, but it's there. There it is. I'd really like a copy of it, and I don't remember if we just already got something. Oh, I'm definitely taking this. Okay, so we have 200 left for charms, so that's 110, 195. I have enough money for 3. I don't remember what the exact amount is. I know it's like, if you've got 200, you're okay. Oh, thank you, the truffle charm. I gotta start breaking this. Got the cake. Got the truffle. We have some complicated choices to make after this, though. Got Noomland. Have to do fighting. Noomland. And then, last but not least, we'll find out. Okay, so I got Snow Cake, and what was the other thing? Oh, Shellbow. I can't believe I forgot Shellbow. Like, it's only my favorite card. And I'm not, I'm not just saying that now, because I said it earlier. So, we know I know that's real. We're not gonna have any trouble with uh, attack on Foxy's side of things because that K charm is going on the flame water. Oh, hello. We're in good shape. The only not good shape we're in is obviously health, but that's just Foxy's problem. So I might be able to deal with that and not have to worry about it. Are there any adjustments we want to make? Because like on one hand, yay Pooty, but on the other hand, would it be better to have more protection somehow? Those are questions we're not going to answer right now because we're going to answer the questions we have answers to. This is always the. I don't have a lot of runs where I put charms on in advance. Obviously, Foxy got a couple, but like the first one was probably a bad idea. That was probably not something I should have done, but I'm trying to like use charms earlier. My inclination here. Oh, I remember when I passed up that pinkberry juice. That was a bad choice. What I'm trying to do here. Oh, crap. Okay, so Shellbow obviously solves some issues with the health problem. I just realized that. But if I put the truffle on Foxy, which is what I very much want to do, it's he won't be able to get hit by Shellbow, and then we have a problem. But it does, make some sense to put on Fun Gun. Let's figure out what we're going to do with this first because I can't get to the chocolate. Oh, good. I thought I had put something else on Foxy already. I got to make sure that goes on him. Otherwise, it's wasted. Okay, so what? I guess Shellbow is probably. See, the thing is, I don't know because. I mean, like this would be the thing. This I think is my first choice, but it depends on what we do with the Frenzy Charm. So let's think about that. The Frenzy Charm on Shellbow means we have to use it immediately, but it's also great. It would be better if it were. It would be better if it were critical. I can also use the Lumen Vase to deal with that. And we can bring out Pooty later. We don't have to have him out immediately. So let's see. We have 4 crowns. What is the best way to use them? I would say let's just dump Pooty for a second and figure this out. We need to get Frosty. I always call him Frosty. Foxy's attack up. So that will take care of that problem. We don't need it for anyone else. So this can wait. I like to avoid using consume cards as much as possible. The problem here is, so if we do Shellbow, we can't double it. And are we going to want to double anybody else? Like Pooty, obviously that would be an interesting choice to make, but he's not coming out initially. Fun Gun definitely benefits from it. She would too, actually. This could be, if she gets Pootied, I'm probably going to do that because then she's dealing 9 damage per hit and she'll be doing it 3 times. And that kind of, that does exceed Foxy's hit amount by 1. Although it will be much slower, so Foxy will basically be doing close to twice as much damage. I'm so glad I didn't have to like bump that up. Okay, so if we give the crown to Shellbow, we either have to take it off of another person, which is a no-go in my book because we need to have these 3 in front. And I do think this should go to Shellbow, but we can't remove a crown from any of these. So we have this is why sometimes you don't need 5. This is a situation where 5 would have been a good idea, but I don't necessarily think I made the wrong decision here. Let's see if I can get the chuckle. Sometimes it lets me get the chuckle if I try. If I, we could play this game with a mouse, this is not a problem. But I wish they would fix this. I have mentioned it a lot, but it's probably hard for some reason to fix. I don't know why though, because it should just be an array. It should not skip around like that. But Unity's weird, and so maybe there's something I don't know about it. I would just think you end up focused in here. Start on the one that is closest to where you came from. So that would be the middle here, which it does correctly. But if you're on this side, it just skips. So the goal is to get onto that end one, and then I'll be able to get to the chuckle. But that just doesn't happen usually. Usually you get stuck on there. Isn't this fascinating? This is what it's like playing with the controller. Okay, let's make some choices. I mean, there's going to be some good stuff, but do we want to put the frenzy on anything else? So like we can get more out of a snow stick, but then we lose a snow stick. We can get a lot of poison on somebody, but then we lose, I mean, that could be an instant kill, not instant kill, like long-term kill. It'll take a little while. But see, like normally I would 100%, since we have a snow and a yank, like this is like having the grabber, but with snow on it, which is awesome if you get the new one on there. So I'm 100% into that situation. But because we have Shellbow, and Shellbow is so important to use frequently, it either has to be frenzied and used up right away, which I don't want to do because I'm only going to get 15 on them, and that's a lot, but it's not a lot. I feel like it's probably okay with the amount of snow we have, though. If I just use that up immediately. But then we're going to have 2 consume cards right off the bat. But then we also have the snow stick, which I can use to pull up the frost junker. Isn't it? So this is like, unless I have a very, very obviously OP group, which this is going to be fairly OP. I don't game it out in advance. My only concern here is really like, do we have enough defense? And I think the answer is yes, but we got to be careful about how it gets used. So why don't we just do some stuff I know I'm going to do? We can't give this to Foxy because there's no way to like use Shellbow if we do that. So this has to go to Fun Gun. And it's possible that Fun Gun will get pootied instead of someone else. I mean, it's really like a good deal no matter who gets it. Fun Gun is maybe the worst deal just because he's slow, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. Okay, so we can finally get this onto Foxy. I find it helps to just like make decisions. Foxy's going to get all the little extra bits because he'll make use of them the best. This is where I actually like to use the pinch charm. Like there's almost always something better to do with it. I mean, to put on instead of it when you have a limit, but when you don't have a limit, that's when I like to both of these throw these on, because especially in Foxy's case, the Frost Hand is actually really, really useful. He'll negate damage from the Frost Jailer before he gets to go every time, as long as no one kills him. Foxy, that is. Or I guess also the Frost Jailer, because Foxy won't be doing anything to him anymore if he's dead. Okay. And here we are still at the difficult decision that I can't make. Well, let's see. Is there any reason we would want to use this? I'm going to say, just in case for some reason Pooty makes it long enough to get a hit in, even though this is going to slow him down. I always just like to check in case I forgot about something that could actually go on somehow that I didn't think of. But yeah, so if Pooty actually has enough time to get a hit in, that way, then good for him. It for sure will not happen. But if it did for some reason, maybe it'll happen on the practice boss. That's the next boss, the Frost Guardian. I consider it the practice boss, not like in a cocky where I'm like, oh, it's so easy, it's the practice boss. It's like sometimes harder than the true boss, depending on the setup you have. I don't think that'll be the case today because we're not that strong. But like your strength is a vulnerability in the beginning because the Frost Guardian can, more damage it takes when you don't have ink to stop it, the stronger it gets. So, I'm not saying like, oh, that's he's easy for practice. I call him the practice boss because it gives me a chance to test out what I'm going to do with the true boss and see if anything needs to be changed before it goes. So I'm really hesitant to do this, but this I'm not hesitant of. Like, this is a good idea, even if I'm not doing it with Shellbow. I'm hesitant to put this on Shellbow, even though this is like literally my favorite charm to put on there. It would be more favorite if I was doubling it, but we can't do that. We just don't have the resources to do it. And I think it's more important to get Foxy strong. In this situation, I should switch it up. Like I should just use the Lumen Vase on Shellbow before I hit them all with it. But like I said, practice boss. So I don't give myself an easier time here. So I know if there's going to be an issue before I go into the true boss battle, because it's like once you're in, you're in. Okay, good. This is actually a good starting setup for this situation. Foxy in the middle, because that's how we'll have it in reality. Like, that would be another one that would be great to double up on, but what are you going to do? This is also, I didn't even think of this for some reason, but this is great for... Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. I'm going to put this on here, actually. I find it weird that you can poison a piece of machinery. But it's convenient. I don't want to save killing Pooty. Of course that thing came out now. I think we'll blow through this fast enough that... Like, if we didn't have that guy, this would not be an issue. Since Pooty's not going to be dead, I'm going to have to do that. We're going to hit him. Oh well. As long as the gobbler's dead, I think that's just a good way to look at life. As long as the gobbler's dead, it's okay. In these situations, I like to do as much damage as possible. Let's just notice Pooty's going to get his little hit in. That's adorable. Okay, well, we killed him already. Not the worst thing. Like, the Mega Mimic is not going to get a hit in, so it doesn't matter. But we still haven't Pootied. When are you going to get involved? Okay, I think we can just decide on that in advance, because... Oh, he got it anyway, so great. Oh, this is good news. So, one of my things, I think I said this in the 200, but don't hit the bear is something I usually say in advance of this moment. Because the Uba bear is the worst and will snow you, and then it just is terrible, I guess. But it didn't matter in this situation, clearly. So we could have killed more things, but we really don't have any reason to, because, you know, killing is wrong, unless you have to do it in a video game. But no, because we don't have greed. So there's no benefit from this extra bling, it does nothing. Which is why I think they should have, like, a last chance shop. This wasn't my idea. Someone else, I said we should have a shop at the end for sure. And someone else said it should be like a crappy shop where the prices are higher, or like, I don't know, some situation where you get an extra one. For sure at the end, just not a woolly snail necessarily. And I like that idea because it's I don't know, variety. A lot of the times I like ideas and then I actually play them and I'm mad about it. But like, clearly I don't need a shop. I just get mad when I have all this money and I can't use it. This is not the case right now. But it would have been had we not gotten a shop before. But I'm wondering if it should, like, not actually show up to the left, but in between these two things. That would, you know, I feel like they didn't put it here because they didn't want to do a Full Slay the Spire situation. But I kind of like the idea of it being there. It's like you absolutely do not need that last shop if you're just doing a normal run. Like, you don't need anything. Like, I don't game anything out when I'm playing the dailies because they're so easy compared to just doing a Vanquish run at this point. I miss the old dailies. I kind of voted for this situation, so I have to. I suggested it, and I don't know if anyone else did, but like I suggested they do the dailies like this, and I was so wrong. It was a bad idea because I can't compete with speedrunners with a controller. However, this game is coming out on iOS, and I'm going to be like 10 minutes faster on these runs because I won't have to talk, and I don't need to keep track of the dailies. I don't do that because they're unique situations that would mess up my data set. I've been trying to figure out like how the RNG works, and what I've learned is a computer can't predict it, but for some reason I am very good at predicting it. I'm right more than 50% of the time what I'm going to get in a run. And some of the things like Shelbo and the Spice Sparklers is I don't know why they're always together, but I'm pretty sure they use like card sets in this so that your cards are, even like you're sure to get synergy between cards and companions and all of that if you pick the right spots, but like there's always a chance of those things showing up. Anyway, I think we have the right setup here, so we can get on with it. But the data set, I wanted to understand, because I feel like I have this instinct for what is going to happen, and I don't know why. But like I thought, if I could train an AI to make similar predictions, and I've made predictions and then had an AI do it, and we compared who was right, and the AI was like 25 to 30% right, which is not great. And I was pretty close to 60. I forgot what it was, but it was something like 58%, I think. And that, in a situation where you have to, remember that no one is getting, nobody is getting to see, the player's never getting to see everything that comes out. You're really seeing half of what your options are. So to get more half of them right is a lot. And I think it's very weird that I know how to do that somehow, and they don't understand why. I think I've just played the game so much that I've noticed the pattern, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what the pattern is, and it drives me kind of crazy that I don't know. So it may not seem like I'm aware of what's going on right now entirely, but it would be a mistake. That is a very good example of when it would be a mistake not to hit the redraw bell. And I think we can see why at this point. So I think I want to get Pooty murdered first, because it's gonna have to happen. We have time to. It's not gonna do any damage, which is super helpful, just as promised. I'd say predicted, but it's not a prediction. It's just literally exactly what was going to happen. All right, I love when this happens too. It's actually, if you use the, okay, that's a little low for me, but hey, we can deal with it. So I would have liked this to come out a lot sooner, but it doesn't matter now because it came out in time, and we're gonna get a redraw in a second. I'm kind of more inclined to use this over this, but it's not important at this point, because now that the Frost Jailer's gone and we're in the position we're in, we won already. It's the beginning. Getting rid of the Frost Jailer and or the Frost Junker, depending on the circumstances, is did we not win? I think this is the reason why I did, it makes sense to have made the choice I just made, because now that's a win, because it's gone. And the rest of this is just completely controllable. Like that, Foxy's going to be able to do 60. It won't even be necessary, but he's going to be able to do 60. I guess she got the Pooty, I didn't even notice. So we'll get rid of you sooner. It's not necessary to slow you down. This, actually. Save that for later. Okay, so at this point, actually, we never got to try this, so I want to see the crazy amount of damage that's going to do. Though I would prefer. Where's our counter? Can I duck out of the way? Sorry, not counter. Yeah, no counter. That was her frenzy. I can't get my head far enough out of the way of the card. Okay, well, she's not at a 1. That's what I wanted to know, because I don't want to have to waste anything on that. Okay, so this is really more valuable for me to get rid of early at this point, so we'll start with that. I really want to see what she can do. And damage has already been done with this times 3 situation. That was pretty good. Got Foxy to finish it off. This isn't going to be an instant. Where's he at? I'm just going to put him here because it's not going to matter. Let's get some poison on now while we can. Fine with keeping her extra damage on. It might be enough to just like put the end to this at this point. But, you know, it's always just fun to poke it. There we go. All of that was worth it, except maybe the hunger. I mean, it was worth it to me, but it wasn't necessary. That's 300! I wasn't worried, but I'm always a little worried. Because it's like, the 100th one was hard for me, but I've gotten through this process a lot better at this game. And I've tried every situation. Like, from 200 to 300, I'm like, I feel like I got so much better between 100 and 200 that I need to give myself more problems to solve so that I can improve with situations that are not ideal. And the last 3 runs have been not ideal at some point, if not the entire time. And they were all very easy. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that. I try to take a screenshot of the outcomes of everything because I'm going to put that in the data. I don't know why I'm doing all this. Like, I think it was just an excuse to play the game a lot. But I am very happy that I get to stop tracking soon because I'm tired. It's like, this game is so much more fun when you can just do it. But even if I'm still tracking on Thursday and I haven't finished the last 2 liters off, that's okay because it's going to be out on iOS. I'm really looking forward to playing it at work, which I don't know if I'm actually going to do because I feel like I'm going to get in trouble for some reason. They won't. I mean, like the only thing I've gotten in trouble ever at my job is that I'm working too much, and that wasn't even in trouble. They're just like, you got to stop because we ran out of budget for your overtime. And it would be nice to do this on a break. And also I can play it. Like, I write code most of the day, but I don't, there are meetings where I literally have nothing to do, but have to be there. And normally I'll just do work during them. But then sometimes it's, I can get a little distracted. So it'd be nice to play this during that time. And also there are times where I'm just like waiting for a script to load and I can get a couple turns in on Wildfrost, but that happens and just go back and forth. So I think it's a good, it keeps me sharp, this game. Because I'm not young anymore. You really I gotta say, think you're gonna be young forever. Even if you don't really think that. Once you get older, you realize that, oh yeah, I kinda did think that in a non-specific way. Getting old sucks. I recommend not doing it if possible. That's why I became a robot. Anyway, thank you for watching, even though no one's watching this. But thank you. Thank you if somehow I'm wrong about that. I hope that this was fun and educational, but it probably wasn't. At some point, I think I want to start streaming this game once a week. Just cause. I don't know. And I'd like to meet more people playing it. And also, I know a bunch of Twitch people, so it's not like I'd be alone. Well, that's enough. Time to stop recording and put this on YouTube. Thank you for bearing witness to this if you did. And I guess I'll be back at 400, hopefully.